Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, folks. It's great to see you. I do comedy, it's true. Tonight I'm going to do music. Sometimes to help make ends meet, I do tragedy on the side. And I think this is going to be one of those nights. So I've got some fun songs. I'm going to do 5 songs for you tonight. What Larry didn't mention is that I got to Israel and I ended up having some health problems and have now known my way around Mount Karmiel Hospital in Haifa. And the good news is that I checked out great. It was good to get checked out. I am perfectly healthy right now. Famous last words, but so I'm in really good shape. I'm having such a fun time in Israel. I'm experimenting with staying here. And I'm staying in Tivon, and every day things click into place a little bit more. It's just been fabulous for me, notwithstanding the health thing. And so the first song I want to sing for you references the 5th century BC, when Hippocrates made the Hippocratic Oath, wrote the Hippocratic Oath, thank you. And that is how to serve your patients and serve them well. So I want you to know what the song is about before I sing it, so you can kind of come along the journey with me. So I am going to be referencing the 5th century BC, and now you know what's going on with that. And then the punchline of that verse is, they cure your ill with a medicine that knocks you right off your feet. But that wasn't really my experience this time. And later on in the song, one of my favorite lines is, I got some real blues, baby. I wish that I could paint it on the street. So fun to sing. So this one will open up my voice, and I'm excited to share a few more songs after that. Well, those are old tricks, mama. Older than you or me. Those are old tricks, mama. From the 5th century BC. They cure your ill with a medicine that knocks you right off your feet. But those are bee stings, baby. Just a taste of what will be. But those are minor marbles, say, compared to what will be. Better drop your shopping bag and go talking to the chief of police. They got some real mean ways, baby. Try to get you caught up in their scheme. They got some mean ways, woman. Try to get you part of their machine. It's a bad trip, baby, and I hope you don't get caught up in between. I got some real blues, baby. I wish I could paint it on the street. I got some real life troubles. Never could stand the heat. I know I am complaining and I can't even keep the beat. You ought to save a little money. Come out and see me in the spring. You ought to save a little money. Come out and see me in the spring. I could take you out for dinner at the local fish hatchery. Come on, help me out. Those are old tricks, mama. Older than you or me. Older than you or me. They're talking old tricks, mama. From the 5th century BC. They cure your ill with the medicine that knocks you right off your feet. Sing that with me. They cure your ill you're free. Thank you very much. It's great to be healthy, I have to say. Amen. This next song is called Joseph's Dream, and it's a song I usually perform with a jazz ensemble, and it would never occur to me to do it just alone, stripped down with just the guitar, but something happened a few days ago, and I realized I have to sing it. And what happened was, I was reading this Hebrew, and some of the Israelis that were hanging out with me said, "Do you know Hebrew, by the way?" And I said, "Well, I had a bar mitzvah, and I am good with languages." And they said, "What was your Torah portion?" And this is the embarrassing part of the story because I couldn't remember. And so I used ChatGPT, and I told exactly when, I know what date my bar mitzvah was. And it turned out that my Torah portion was the story of Joseph being betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery, or traded into slavery, and then interpreting the Pharaoh's dream. And I thought, wow, well, there's a lot that I can relate to in all of that. My brothers did not sell me into slavery, though, but if they could have, they might have. But slavery was abolished in the States quite a while ago. So this is a song called Joseph's Dream, and I wrote it when I was 20 years old, and it's so interesting to consider what was on my mind. And also just the composition itself it's unique. It gives the musicians so much room that they love it. They have all the room in the world. And obviously, the dream that Joseph interpreted was not his own. It was somebody else's dream. But I call it Joseph's Dream. What's that? Oh, my name. Yeah, and I am still Gregg Eisenberg. This is a book I wrote. It's a book of jokes. It's called Letting Go is All We Have to Hold On To. All original, kind of philosophical humor. It was #2 on Amazon after Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. Maybe I will read some of these. I think it's very Jewish humor. And the songs I picked for tonight, they're songs about my Jewish journey. And I just thought that's appropriate. I know I can play bluesy and punchy songs and catchy songs, but I think these are going to be more interesting. Joseph's Dream. Joseph's Dream. Can you see what will be? 7 years of feast begin tomorrow, and 7 years of famine then will follow. The winds of time, the sands of time, crossing to another land. A prophet raised his hands, inscriptions carved into his turquoise ring. The winds of time, the sands of time, standing on the coast, the Pharaoh and his hosts gaze wildly through the morning steam. Joseph's Dream. The nighttime scream, said the nomad priest. 7 years of feast, and 7 years of famine then will follow. soprano sax. Joseph's dream. Joseph's dream. Can you see what will be? 7 years of feast begin tomorrow. 7 years of famine then will follow. 7 years of feast begin tomorrow. And 7 years of famine then will follow. Thank you. I love the instrumentation on that. I don't know if you could hear it. I could hear it. This next song is called Sand and Stone, and I want to explain what I'm trying to do, what I was trying to do as a 21-year-old songwriter. I had been to Israel by the time I was 21. In fact, I hitchhiked from Istanbul through Syria and Turkey into Israel when I was 17 years old. And it was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. And I recoil to think of what I put my parents through. And I will never completely forgive myself for what I put my parents through. But I was exposed to the desert. I grew up in Chicago, and then I saw the desert. I was in Petra when there were no hotels or cars there. We stayed in a cave, and the Bedouin, they would come and make little fires and make flatbread for us over a little fire in the morning and shake us down for a little money and take us around. So this song is called Sand and Stone. There's 3 verses. The first verse, I'm addressing ancient man. It says, born of sand and stone, you came to this land alone. It's almost like evolution. You stood up and used an oracle bone. It's kind of pre-Abrahamic. Painted your dreams on stars, used the stars to paint your dreams and imagination, gave names to all the different gods. We're not monotheistic yet in the song. We're only on the second line, by the way. So I'll try to speed this up. Then later it goes, but then you packed your herds and children and wandered from your native soil. And then you crossed the River Jordan, which is how I entered Israel, over the River Jordan. And you brought the walls of cities down. So I kind of jump ahead a little bit there. But it's about coming across the River Jordan. The second verse addresses modern people. It's born in a hospital. You came to this town and you stood up and used the telephone. But there's something that you haven't lost that's ancient inside of you. But your heart has many branches and they are thousands of years old. And there's a voice, there's a laugh inside that's crying, return to your original home. It's like, wow, when you're writing a song, you don't know where it's going. I did not know it was going there, but it really went there. The third verse, I will just say, is kind of trying to elicit like a Martin Buber I-thou relationship. It's like I'm addressing a lover, or I'm addressing God, or I'm taking it to another level. And I don't know, you have to decide where it goes exactly. It's not the easiest song for me to sing. I recorded it with a viola and a keyboard and saxophone. It's lovely. Wish I could maybe I can play the recording. No, I'll do it. This is called Sand and Stone. Born of sand and stone, you came to this land alone. Stood up and used an oracle bone. Painted your dreams in stars, gave names to all the gods, and wrote your words on altars made of stone. But then you packed your herds and children and wandered from your native soil. And then you crossed the River Jordan and you brought the walls of cities down. You brought the walls of cities down. Born in a hospital, you came to this town alone. Stood up and used the telephone. Painted your dreams in cars. Gave names to all the parts. And carry on as if there's nothing gone. But your heart has many branches, and they are thousands of years old. And there's a laugh inside that's crying. Return, return to your original home. Return to your original home. Return, return to your original home. Return to your original home. You are my pillar and my pole. A perfect lotus rising from the sand and foam. Born in a riverbed with petals that unfold. You are a gift from long ago. And now I'm not afraid of dying. I know I'm not afraid of dying. No, I'm not afraid of dying. In your love stream, take me to the shore. In your love stream, walk me through the door. Show me some love. Row me to the shore. Walk me through the door. Row me to the shore. Thank you, folks. Thank you. I really love where that song goes. This next song I'm selecting to do for you tonight because it shows me wrestling with God. I studied in a yeshiva when I came here. Eventually, I made it to Esha Torah. And I lived in the old city of Jerusalem. I turned 18 there. I won't tell you why I got kicked out. It's not a terrible story, but it's not really relevant. But in this song, also something I wrote, one of my earliest songs. And in the second half of it, you say, the lines are, I built my house with straw and mortar, just like the walls of Jericho. And when the ram was found to slaughter, I cut the vine and let it go. Oh God, there's only one connection. So I'm rebelling against the Bible. I didn't sacrifice the animal instead of my son. I let both of them go. In my story, in my song anyway. Oh God, there's only one connection between you and me, It's not your laws or your perfection. It's just my need for you to show yourself. And I think it's also a little peppy after Sand and Stone, so we'll keep the energy up a little bit. This is called One Night in the City. You met me one night in the city, and you looked at me so cold. said you thought my heart was fleeting. You seemed quite certain I would go. You said you don't believe in magic, and that it's magic I uphold. But in your way, you know it's tragic that you yourself could not be more bold. And in the wind, the sand just blows away. Deep in the desert where the air is dry as bone. And I don't want, and I don't want you to go away. Don't leave me here alone. I built my house with straw and mortar, just like the walls of Jericho. But when the ram was found to slaughter, I cut the vine and let it go. Oh God, there's only one connection between you and me, you know. It's not your laws or your perfection, it's just my need for you to show. Everything behind us all just blows away. We spin around and round until we get back home. I don't want you to go away. Don't leave me here alone. You met me one night in the city, and you looked at me so cold. You said you thought my heart was fleeting. You seemed quite certain I would go. And in the wind, the sand just blows away. Deep in the desert where the air is dry as bone. I don't want you to go away. Don't leave me here alone. Thank you. I'm cueing my imaginary drummer. One more? Great. Thank you. I'm having fun. It's really great to be with you tonight. And I thank you for listening to these songs that came out of me when I was a young person. This last song is also, well, it tells a story we all know, the story of Noah. And there's got a lot of verses, so I'm just going to open up my little book here in case I need to look down. Oopsie, no, I think I'm good. I think this will do the trick.
Gregg?
Yeah.
Gregg?
Yeah.
Do you want to stand?
Oh, sure.
Here you are standing. Okay.
Pardon?
You are standing.
Ah, yes, I'll stand. I want a standing ovation. Thank you. And thank you. Perfect. Appreciate it. This is the story of Noah. And I think it will be, I think I tell the story in the way you know it, but I go into a little detail, so. Again, I'd like to thank the Karmiel Folk Club and Larry for having me, and all of you lovely people for listening to my 5 songs tonight. Looking forward to the next performer. Over here. Noah was a passerby in the land of Ur. And half of those who passed him by scorned him for his work. He built himself a sturdy ship high in the desert sand. It's clear, he said to those who asked, things are out of hand. Too many peddlers on the road with nowhere left to turn. Too many kettles on the stove, some are bound to burn. And everybody knows too much, just listening to themselves. For anyone to get in touch with anybody else. Divisions now, they cross the land up to the head of state. And troubles that no mortal planned grip us with their weight. And now the sky is turning dark, the wind is gaining fast. That's why I built myself this ark. I don't think this one will pass. I don't think this one will pass. I don't think this one will pass. So row by row and 2 by 2, he gathered all his friends to spend the time beneath the decks before the storm would end. And animals of every kind were quickly brought on board. And books of old were bound in cloths and in the rafters stored. Animal people in the town did scorn with laughter in their throats, as all that could be saved by man was loaded on that boat. And soon enough the rains began, so the story goes. And everyone was silent as the door behind them closed. And inch by inch and foot by foot the boat began to rise, until the land was covered up. They all stared hypnotized. For 40 days and 40 nights they sang every song they knew, waiting for a sign to come that the storm was through. Yes, 40 days and 40 nights they sang and prayed and slept. For all that could be saved of life was stored beneath the deck. I said Noah was a passerby in the land of Ur. And half of those who passed him by scorned him for his work. He built himself a sturdy ship high in the desert sand. It's clear, he said to those who asked, things are out of hands. Too many peddlers on the road with nowhere left to turn. Too many kettles on the stove, some are bound to burn. Divisions now, they cross the land up to the head of state. Troubles that no mortal planned grip us with their weight. And now the sky is turning dark, the wind is gaining fast. That's why I built myself this ark. I don't think this one will pass. I don't think Thank you very much.
Big hand, Gregg Eisenberg.
Thank you all. See you all again in Northern Israel. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being head.
And had I was, you had me going, you had.
We're having a break, 9:30. We're starting, with you or without you. Thank you. Yeah, well,
I can do it, but I can't do it great.
okay, no, Micha, can you unplug? Yes.
Well, I had fun. Thank you so much.